Hi, everyone.
Hey, hey, hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is It's About the Pasta, a Vanderpump Rules podcast. We're at season 4, episode 3. It's getting juicy. Shay is alive. It's fine. I thought maybe he had died if we hadn't heard from him in 4 days. But he's contacting everyone but Scheana.
Yeah.
Okay, but before we get into it, A&M Podcast Network, check us out. We have this podcast. We have a Summer House podcast. We have One Season Wonders. They're all freaking fantastic. Please go rate, subscribe, review. We have no new reviews because this is coming out in 2022. And so you're not listening to this right now.
We are from the past.
The past.
So
I wonder what we're like.
Catch up to us and go review us now so we can talk about it in 2087.
I wonder what we're like today in real life when this episode airs. Do you think we're different?
100%. Way cooler people.
Okay. Join our Facebook group. It's the same name as the podcast. It's all right, but be sure to follow us on Instagram. It's
really gonna be popping when season 9 came out.
Yeah. But follow us on Instagram at Vanderpasta. Join our Patreon, patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Let me tell you what you can get. For $1 a month, you get access to our pre-shoot shows where Meredith and I catch up about whatever we want. Also, you get access to episodes we record early, such as this podcast. For $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, you get access to our after show, which is where we talk about spoilers and any news for Bravo shows that we have, because we are doing these podcasts spoiler-free. And we will say your name on the podcast. And this makes me nervous because I still didn't ask our favorite patron.
Oh, man.
I know. I'm going to message her right now. Or I'm going to click on her and now I can message her. So thank you to Gina, Chris, Dustin, Tracy, Mariah, Jackie, and Dana E. I have
message
the
her
message up
right now.
I have the message up.
But we are so thankful to our patrons. Come join the fun. There's just so much happening ahead of time that you don't want to miss out on all the other stuff. We still have so many seasons to go and so much are already uploaded in real time whenever you're hearing this.
Exactly. And so then for $5 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus for live shows, we're going to ask for your feedback, talk about it with you, communicate, read it on the podcast, everything we want to do. So that's how you really get to interact with us. And we'll pick a patron of the episode. So this patron of the episode is our dude, Dustin. So funny. So excited for the new season of Summer House. He truly does love Summer House better. And you know what? Sometimes we do too. So I get it, my dude.
But he sticks with us through thick and thin. And by thick, we mean, or I don't even know which one's the bad one.
Vanderpump sometimes. I think he genuinely got involved in Summer House. But
100%. But with us Jackie, through the Vanderpump 28 million.
Yeah, he's
1,000 episodes.
Exactly. So, hooray, Dustin, patron of the episode. Okay, so let's get into this, shall we?
Let's do it.
So, previously on Vanderpump Rules, Scheana is the star of her marriage, and Shay is a background character. Poor Shay. James and Jenna boned, but Kristen doesn't know because we lied to her about it. Lisa is trying to perfect Sir. We meet Lala, who lied about a modeling job in Italy. That was it. It was kind of a choppy, like previously, you know?
Yeah, we're really building, but I think we are full steam ahead with this episode.
Oh, this was awesome. Okay, so we start out at the store. We're shopping. Katie, Scheana, Lisa, and our girl Christina Kelly.
Shocked to see Christina Kelly.
We saw her in a bra and underwear, she is still so hot. I cannot handle her.
When her and Stassi went bathing suit shopping?
Yeah, my crush. I was just like, who is she? And why is she perfect? We're getting new dresses for Sir. We get this like nice black one and this ugly ass flowery one.
I One of my favorite things and least favorite things at the exact same time is seeing the fashion whenever we go back through these episodes. These dresses are so fucking ugly.
Horrendous. The black one, fine. Like
it's fine.
Fine. The pink.
It's like bubblegum pink with like light pink flowers.
Oh, for gay pride.
I was about to say, are they just for gay pride?
I don't know, but if any gay dude is gonna look at that and be like, I
can handle it if they're about to do like a 60s vibe.
Yeah, because it's fucking god awful. I have nothing else to say about it.
But I don't think they do that. I'm trying to remember them wearing these dresses because I can't remember this.
I don't want to. We must have blocked it out from our mind.
I think I blocked this whole season out, by the way, because a lot of this is like new to me.
Yeah, 100%. So Lisa calls out Katie and Scheana for being mean to Lala, especially because Scheana was on the receiving end of the bitchiness, so she should know better.
That really made me think. And I was like, you're right, Lisa. You are right.
Agree. And then just to prove that they're being mean for the right reasons, they rat out Lala for not even going to Italy. And even Christina Kelly is like, ooh, low blow.
Okay, I would have done the same thing though. It's like, you're mad at me. She's fucking lying to you. Why do you have Lala's back?
I probably would have done it too, but it doesn't mean it looks good.
I know.
It still looks bad. Okay, so then we go to Sir. I was like, are we having a Sir meeting? But it's just Ariana and our bartenders, Sandoval, Jackson, Anthony. And they're very upset because they're being forced to learn new cocktails. So Lisa walks in and she's like, we're going to teach you how to make Pumptini and the Pumping Glory and all the popular pump drinks because people come here and ask for them. So you have to know. And, the best bartender, Eric, is going to teach you all how to do it. To which Sandoval says him and Ariana are the best bartenders.
I get this. So if I were a bartender and you tell me that your best bartender's coming in, I'd be like, what the fuck am I?
I get it. That's rude. But also they were super rude to Eric for absolutely no Eric. I get they already don't like Eric for some reason. I'm sure Eric's a douchebag. But
I think Ariana and Sandoval are giving enough shade for being annoyed that like how this is being presented to them. Jax is just being a downright dick.
Yeah. So Eric walks in. He is kind of a dick, but like he knows he has the backing of Lisa and Ken. So he's kind of like, whatever. Before he shows up, Jax is straight up like, I'm not gonna work with Eric. I'm not gonna learn from him. And Ken literally was like, guess what? Yes, you are, or you can fucking leave.
Yeah. I tell you when to work and where, do it.
And he goes, Eric's our right-hand man. And I was like, oh, and then Jax was like, fine.
This scene is a little annoying to me because I think it's very manufactured. I think Jax is a dick, but
I could not stop laughing though. Like it was so funny to see like Ken yell at Jax and then Jax be like, fine, I get it, fine. And he like is forced to stay there. Eric walks in, kind of douchey, is like, are you ready to which was also funny because he probably knows they don't like him. So he's like, absolutely. I'm just gonna milk it. So he shows up and he's like, I actually created the Pumptini myself. And Jax goes, oh, you're just a big bitch.
Jack's like little comments from the back are not good because they don't make a lot of sense. It's like, oh, like, good burn.
His bosses are right there who have the dude he's insult, like they're backing the other dude.
It's like when your parents walk away and then an older sibling hits a younger sibling, this younger sibling can always like sob and whine and cry and the older sibling will always get in trouble. Jack, you will always get in trouble no matter what you say. Just stay silent.
Just shut up. And then he's like, and then Eric is like, actually, it's Jennifer Lawrence's favorite cocktail. And Jax is like, she's eating here too, actually, and she likes our cocktails. And I was like, what are we
fighting over? And I love Ken's like diffusing the situation. Well, now you can serve her favorite cocktail when she comes.
And then Jax, I don't know, out of anywhere, like Eric pours the cocktail and Lisa's like, ooh, isn't that
so sexy?
And then Jax again out of nowhere is just like, you build the restaurant too, Eric.
These digs make no sense. Like, he's not even hurt. Eric's probably like, wow, good one.
That's why Eric didn't even flinch. Like, no. Ariana is even like, can you shut up so we can get over it?
Yes.
Like, shut up.
I want to leave this situation, and you're making this training go so much longer with your dumbass comments.
And guess what happens later? Someone asks Jax to make a pumptini, and he doesn't fucking know what it is. So guess what? He should have just paid attention. And that's Anthony, I bet, is the best bartender at Sir.
Because you're going to have to fucking make these. So you might as well just do your job.
I'm sure.
And bitch about it later with your friends.
Yeah, I'm sure Pump had to learn Sir's cocktails. It's just probably easier. I don't fucking know, but just shut up. Just shut the fuck up.
Just shut up.
But it really did make me laugh because he's like genuinely mad at this poor dude.
The best is with the build the restaurant too. And Lisa's like, Jax, really? And he's like, it was just a question.
And Eric's literally like, can I go home? Like, this is so fucking dumb.
I just wanted to know if he built the restaurant.
It's so stupid. Okay, so now it's nighttime at Sir. Customers are here. This is where Faith is asking Tom and Ariana to make a pumping glory, and they each for a minute have to go because they weren't really paying attention.
Like, these people fine. Just ordered a pumping glory. What?
And they're like, yeah. And then for we get context later, but no context. Sandoval's like, Faith, you getting a U-Haul? And she's like, yeah. And then it ends, and I was like, what? Doing with you?
I was so confused. I didn't even like write it down because I was like, why are we talking about a fucking U-Haul and a couch?
I didn't remember, like I slightly remembered it, but I didn't have enough information in the depths of my brain to know. So I go, Faith's getting a U-Haul for a couch. No other context mentioned.
I was like, are they helping her move? Like, what is going on?
That was funny. So Scheana and Katie are talking about how tomorrow they need to go to Pump to work with Richardson on a refresher. And Sheena's like kind of off. So Katie's like, are you okay? And Sheena's like, we'll talk later.
Not now. I don't want to talk about it here.
Mysterious. So then Lala's.
If you want more attention, that's the best way to get it.
That's it. Honestly, like, I don't know. I get not bringing your problems into work, but I would have just been like, oh, just like Shay and I are fighting.
That's the thing is you just say like, I just like don't feel great. Like, yeah. I'm just a little off tonight.
No worries. And she's like, I'll just tell you later. Haha.
But like, I don't want to bring like my problems to work. Yet all she does is bring her problems to work.
There's so many problems. So Lala's back and Lisa walks up to Lala, starts grilling her. Lisa knows and Lala knows she's been caught.
Yep.
It's fine. So she's like, I was supposed to go to Venice and take pictures and maybe be arm candy, but Lala didn't end up going because she had a breakdown. So she went home to her mom.
This is insane. She skipped out on an Italy trip and in a sense kind of got caught by lying. You might as well fucking go to Italy.
But she obviously must be mental illness. Comes and goes and you can't control it. So she must have had a pretty big breakdown to go home. And this is just my background information. It's not a spoiler, but she's from Utah. So she went back to Utah to
be with her mom. And so now she's like kind of like having a break with Lisa. She's like, I just don't handle it well when people are mean. But she holds it together and she tells Lisa she's going to be fine. But she always follows through with her commitment. She's gonna work, but yeah, everybody being mean to her has really gotten to her.
And then this is when Lisa's like, jokes on everyone being mean because the victim usually gets my support. And I was like,
which is true.
Lala. Yeah,
which is true.
Scheana did it.
I was about to say Scheana versus Stassi. Scheana got that sympathy.
Point Lala. You thought Lala was gonna be kicked out. Haha, jokes.
No way. The only thing is, the only time they really win is when the girl goes running. If the girl stays her ground, the girl wins. But they can, like, Jax later on says like they should have an in memoriam wall.
R.I.P. to all those girls. So now we're in the back. Sheena's like, it's in the kitchen, and Sheena's like crying back there, and Katie finds Scheana. Or no, Sheena's like entering an order. It doesn't fucking matter. Sheena's in the back of the kitchen crying with Katie. And they go to the bathroom and she says last night Shay got drunk with his friends and got depressed and isn't doing good. So he went home to his parents, and Shay's just not happy, and Scheana doesn't know why. And she was texting him all night and he didn't respond. She's so sad he's not home. I have a few thoughts right off the bat about this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's like to be married, but listen up. If we're getting married and I just need a night with my parents, I'm going to fucking dip on your ass and go home really quick just for a night. I don't know. Just me. It's not a huge deal. Maybe he's depressed. There might be other things to the story, which there are. But at this moment in time, if I was Katie, I'd be like, okay, so we like went home really quick.
I think it's okay. The zero responding that like is concerning. It's the coupling of like, he's drinking a lot. He went to his parents and he's not responding to me via text. It's like, whoa.
He just needs a minute. He just needs to reset. I get it. It's not great, but she did have friend, right? Somehow she found out. So
I think his friends told, because he was with his friends. So I think his friends told her.
So his friends were like, hey, Shay got really drunk. He's kind of sad. We're bringing him to his parents. He's just like not happy or in the mood. So
yeah, but you know something's wrong if he's sad and doesn't want to come home to you.
Yeah, but he's obviously not going to respond. I don't know why she's surprised. I get it.
I'd be pissed.
Out of just what she said, fucking duh, he's not going to respond. Just give him a minute.
This, you just know there's a lot more under the surface. It's weird. What's annoying is like Scheana's like, there just haven't ever been any other problems. Like you're telling me you haven't had even one little scuffle.
Yeah. And then she's like, I just love having him home every minute of every day. And I was like, well, no one loves that for anyone.
No.
I don't love having anyone near me for every minute of every day. She's making it seem like I love him so much. And like, he just left me for no reason. And I was like, well, if someone turned to me and was like, I love having my husband around every minute of every day, I'd be like, your marriage is false. Your marriage is fake.
Yeah.
Like, I don't,
you're glossing over and you're making it look perfect, which nobody lives a perfect life. There's problems everywhere.
Meredith and I have parents we've seen married for years on end, and they do not like having each other around for every minute of every day.
No.
And
we don't like having them around every minute of every day.
And they don't like having us around.
No.
Okay, so now we're at Pump. Lisa brought a full swan into her restaurant.
This is insane. Okay, I did not follow this story well, but all I know is one of the swans is hurt and has to go to the vet because they're like attacking each other. What the fuck?
Hanky is depressed because there's some battles in the moat she has around her house.
Can you imagine? Because that whole front of her house is like glass. Can you imagine just staring out there and just watching swans go at it?
That's honestly kind of scary. No, I'm not like a fan of that. Though I'm not an animal person, I don't want to see animals fight to the death and die.
No.
If it's not for food, obviously if a lion is attacking,
there's like
a giraffe, fucking fine. But like if two swans are just going to kill each other, I don't appreciate it.
And like think about being like Lisa's friend, because Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is still going on, like trying to walk into the front door and these like swans are attacking each other.
Kyle's always afraid of the swans, which I get. I don't know how to handle swans either.
No, they're attacking each other. Wouldn't you think you're next?
Yes, I am. Absolutely. Okay, but like, Hanky comes into Pump and then Ken takes him home, which I was like, why didn't Hanky just stay in the car? But okay.
Well, Hanky was at the vet and Ken is taking him home.
Well,
let him go rest and get attacked again.
All the girls are here to get trained. The girls and Jesse. It's Katie, Scheana, Faith, Lala, Christina, Kelly, Danny, and Tierney, who we haven't seen since like season 1. In walks our eye candy Richardson. No one's mad to be trained by this man. Nope.
No. Although Katie is a little annoyed because she's like, I do an amazing job. I don't really understand this. But the things that were laid out are just like little tips. I actually thought a lot about this stuff.
And Jax was wrongly mad at Eric because Eric was just doing as he was told. No one here is mad at Richardson. No. They're more like, what an inconvenience. But at least we get to look at Richardson.
They're just mad that Lisa's annoyed with their service level.
Yeah. But like Richardson's it's fine. Like, we're happy. We're happy. And Richardson does give them the tip. Always upsell and don't bring back your stress to the table. But all Scheana can do is think about her stress.
Oh, Queen Scheana is like, I try not to cry, but it's just so hard to hold it all together. Which I get. I feel like sometimes when I get overwhelmed in one thing, it really pours over into every moment of my life. It's hard to keep things separate.
To me though, I've never been a server, but I can listen. I worked at a concession stand for 2 summers. And if I was having any issues, it wasn't during the lunch rush because I was fucking busy.
You don't think about it because you're so busy. About it.
So I think the downtime and like the cleanup, sure, cry in the back. Yes. But if you got customers, girl, you're busy.
And I have to say, if people start asking, because later in this episode, we see people constantly start asking her, I'm like, people, she's trying to fucking do her job.
Take your ring off. So a joke gets brought up about Katie being pregnant. Haha. And she's like, I'm not. But Richardson is then like, if Schwartz won't commit, you hit me up because I'm looking to be a dad. And Katie's like, half, I'm going to get married to Schwartz, and half of like, thank you so much,
if it doesn't work out,
I will let you know. So Katie's got options.
I love this. Our girl Katie has got a back. I almost said a back door, and that would have sounded creepy. As another student in line.
She's got a second option.
Yes.
In her bag.
She has the parachute ready to pull.
It's funny. But yeah, so now speaking of Schwartz, we're at the Rubber Ducky, where he's here for a modeling gig with Melissa, Michelle, and Glenn, the photographer. His modeling has been inconsistent and streaky at best, but lately he's been getting those jobs, and good thing too, because he's saving for something big. And like when he said this, I'm like, we all think it's an engagement ring, but part of me kind of thinks Schwartz is just going to come home with like a game station or something and be like, my big thing.
PlayStation or Game Boy, not game station, but same.
I wrote down game station.
I love it. Some type of gaming device. That would actually be hilarious if that happened like early in the season, because we've seen him struggle with commitment. That if his big purchase right now was like some type of gaming equipment, and then it's like towards the end of the
pinball
season.
Machine, and he was just like, look,
would
and
love
she's
it.
Like,
Katie, or like there's a it's some type of claw game where the ring's in there, and so she just has to work for like months to get the ring out.
That's a good idea. Just
buys him some time while telling her it's happening.
Yeah. So Tom models. His face is way less doofy when he models. Like when he's just sitting there, like listening to Katie, or like, I don't know, hanging out with Jackson Tom, his face is kind of doofy. But then when he models, I'm kind of like, oh, look at that jaw.
Yeah, but the girls are clearly running this show. They're like showing him where to put his hand, or just like what to do. I'm like, get it together, Tom.
It's got to be awkward. Like if they're like, hey, I'm giving you permission to like weirdly sexually touch me. Like, I feel like that's a barrier to be like, we're fine here. Here's where your arm should go.
But you're paying for like a specific.
Yeah, but still, it's nice to have that confirmation, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So, but I love Schwartz getting tips from the models on how to propose. He's finally gotten on board and like ready to propose, but he has not actually thought about it at all.
No, the one model is like, make sure she like looks good when you propose, and like her nails are done, because like the picture's gonna be around. He's like, oh, I didn't even think about that. And I was like,
genius.
He was gonna fucking turn over in bed and have a photographer fucking run in and be like, will you marry me?
He probably wouldn't even have a photographer. Hey, but I guess he has a whole film crew because of Vanderpump Rules. So
he'd be like, hey, we're gonna run an errand, and then like she'd be in like workout clothes, and he'd take her to a fancy dinner, and she'd be like, wait, what the fuck? Wow.
Boys, take notes.
Just make sure my nails are done.
Talk to a girl's girlfriend. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to know. And they'll give you all the tips.
So now we're at Kristen's apartment. James and Kristen are at the pool. James is happiest when they're not fighting. How romantic.
Obviously. Obviously, James.
And then he says he feels bad about lying. And he loves Kristen. But man, did him and Jenna really bone, and it was awesome. This
is insane. He's like, I mean, I just feel bad, but I don't regret it because it was such great sex.
It was awesome sex. No. They're a fucking mess.
I want Kristen to find out during the season because I actually would love to see Kristen freak the fuck out.
Same. So then Kristen tells James, like, oh, you've been so unfaithful. Like, it hurt me. And James is like, yeah, but like, I didn't have sex. To which I was like, sir.
Here's the thing with lying. You have to make it white lies. So he can't adamantly say I didn't have sex with her because that is so completely false.
I know.
You just have to not talk about it. Because then if it ever comes out, then more times you say you didn't do it, then that's all the time she can look back and say, see, you lied to me here, 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 here.
Oh, I know. It's so unfortunate, but it is so goddamn funny. It is so funny. And so then James kind of gaslights her and is like, well, I don't trust you to be faithful either. And he's like that time you went to lunch with Jack.
Which these are valid things that she has done wrong, but because he brought them up in this moment, it's so fucking terrible. I'm like, dude, this makes Kristen look normal. Like when she's talking in this whole scene, I'm like, oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
Honestly, there's just something so funny about these two that I hate so much that I just have to laugh and move on.
Like only James can make Kristen look normal.
I know. It's so funny. It's so
because she says it's such a cheater move that when you're feeling insecure, you like put that on your partner when you're the one fucking up.
Yeah. And he's like, wait, I played this wrong.
Oh my God. It makes me feel bad for her.
Yeah. I feel bad that Kristen got cheated on and she's being lied to about it. Like I rather would have had James just tell
and then
her
getting reamed for just having lunch with, someone she shouldn't have had lunch with. But
I get it. I also though think Karma's a beautiful bitch who shows up at the right point.
Listen, not enough for me to accept her in any episode. Do I feel bad? But
it's also a nice reminder that Jax will always be haunting Kristen's life, which is absolutely hilarious. James
says something so honest here where it's like no one should ever trust their girlfriend around Jax Taylor.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Ever.
And it doesn't
ever.
Listen, if anyone's gonna trust their girlfriend around Jax Taylor, though, it's Tom Schwartz, because Katie has not slept with Jax. She fucking hates him 90% of the time.
But still, the fact that
Kristen slept with him was just like, this is my point. You and Jax, and they didn't even like each other. Like she was like, I hated it the first time. That's why I still wouldn't even
trust Katie around him.
I know. It is so fucking funny. The two of them, I swear to God, like they must, after sex with them, like gold must appear for you. Who sleeps with either of these people? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Whatever. So now we go to Pump. Lisa comes up to Katie and Scheana, and Lisa's like, hey, I talked to Lala, just so you know. Please be nice to her. She's having a breakdown. And then Katie, this is when Katie goes, well, I haven't been mean. And I was like, well, all right. And then Sheena's like, whatever, you clearly like her. So I guess we'll just not bully her anymore. And Lisa's like, well, just be fucking nice.
Just talk to her. Can you please talk to her?
And then Sheena's like, I don't have time to be nice because things are happening in my life that you don't even know about. So I can't be kind to other people.
Yeah, she's like, my hard times take precedent. What I'm dealing with is way worse than what she's dealing with.
This is that moment of, if you're not going to share what you're dealing with, or tell anyone you're just going to say you're going through hard times, you still can't be a dick.
But also
during hard times,
it's all relative. It's all relative. This is something that's really weighing on Lala. That's not fair for you to say, well, my problems are worse, so she doesn't get to feel sad because we're bullying her.
It. And also, just because you're sad doesn't mean you can bully other people. People are sad every day, and don't bully anyone.
Agreed.
Katie at least was like kind of a bitch in this scenario, but is kind of owning it, Scheana.
No, she did not, but she's not saying she doesn't get to be sad.
Yeah, she's like, fine. So now we're at Tom and Ariana's apartment. Though Ariana is not here, it is Schwartz with our man Tom Sandoval strumming on his guitar. We're getting rid of a couch, and this is what Faith needed her U-Haul for.
Yeah, we finally get clarity that Faith is taking a couch from Sandoval that he's getting rid of. This couch has a lot of stories, but not that story that Kristen one.
It's not Jackson Kristen couch. That one is still in the living room. This is a different couch. That I don't understand where this couch is from. Is there a second bedroom it's been sitting in? I think it's in their bedroom. Like, I think their bed and this couch is in the bedroom.
Interesting.
Either way, why is the drive couch not disposed of yet?
I agree, because we went couch shopping last episode. Maybe it's back ordered.
Maybe no one wants that couch because Faith knows what did happen on that couch.
Throw it in the dumpster, but get your new couch, please.
Okay, so Schwartz talks about ring shopping while they wait for Faith. He invites Sandoval, and Scheana's also gonna come, which is smart. Genius. Always have a girlfriend.
Yep.
So Ariana told Sandoval, who's now telling Schwartz, that Shay's been drinking a lot, and Sandoval wants to talk to Shay, see what's up, because he's a good friend.
Yep.
Which Sandoval's such just a good guy.
I agree. But Schwartz, on the other hand, has no clue what's going on, didn't know anything, and didn't know there were any problems. So he's being filled in at the moment.
Clueless per usual. But Faith rolls up. She gets carried like a queen in this couch, and she's gone. That was it. I mean, it was very uneventful. She just showed up.
Well, Sandoval also says a lot of things get passed down in the Sir family. We've got apartments, furniture, clothes, and a lot of people. Jax to be one.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Okay, now we're in back of Sir. Lala and Jax are hanging out. Lala likes Sir so far. Jax asks how the girls are treating her. Which he then says, you can be honest with Jax because Jax doesn't gossip. Haha. And even Lala is like, I heard about getting Jax. I get it. He sucks. Yeah. But she tells him, it's not great. And Jax knows the girls are bullies. And he basically goes in on the girls and how they've ran half of the staff out of here. And Lala normally is a girl's girl, which I appreciate. She'd rather hang out with a group of girls than a group of guys.
Which you'd think that they would, like Katie and Scheana would appreciate this. What I don't like about this situation,
girl.
I know, but God, no, she's not actually. But what I don't like about the Sir situations, because it was the same with Scheana, is they don't even give someone a moment to really screw up. Like that Italy thing, not a reason. They were already kind of pissed off with her whenever she first arrived. Like they don't give any new person a chance to even be friends with them.
Never. This was so sick. Like this girl is genuinely like, I love girlfriends. They just judged me before they got to know me.
Exactly. And she's being forced to basically be a guy's girl because that's all who she has left, which is not what those girls want anyways.
No, they're going to get even more mad that she's hanging out with the dudes.
Yes, you're driving her to hang out with your guys.
So then this is when Lala's like, hey, Jax, how's your girlfriend? And Jax is like, whoa, we're dating, but we're not. She's not my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Flash to the receipts of Jax telling Brittany they should be exclusive. But then back to the back of Sir, where he tells Lala he is not with her yet.
But which is a difference of his past relationships where he's basically together with someone immediately after meeting them.
To which Lala's like, that's how I am. We'd really click if you were single. Haha. And then Jax is like, I love her, I'm sure.
Oh my God.
He fell for Lala and she was like, okay, goodbye.
Yeah. Jax is just Jax. But Lala also says she's hung up on her ex and has been single for 3 years. So I kind of worry that Jax looks at this like a challenge.
He does. Also, if I'm Brittany and I watch this, like when it airs, I'm fucking pissed.
Agreed. You just told me we're together and exclusive. And then to this hot chick you work with, you're telling her we're not?
Yeah, I'm not doing anything in Kentucky. Your ass is flirting in the back of Sir with this girl who literally asked you about. She's not hitting on you.
Nope.
You're hitting on her.
He's hitting on her hard. He's trying to be like emotionally supportive. Jax knows exactly what to do.
Oh my God. So now we're at Scheana's apartment. She's all alone, staring at pictures of her and Shay's wedding that are literally fucking everywhere. But Ariana's here. And finally, Scheana opens up to Ariana about her issues with Shay. Not all the details, but she just feels like he's not happy and he has been drinking a lot and he's self-medicating. Dun, dun, dun. And she wonders if like they rushed into getting married and she's questioning herself as a wife.
Yeah, it's hard because she's obviously seeing Katie and Schwartz going down this path and has to go ring shopping, I think the next day or what.
She doesn't want to burden.
Yeah, but it's weird for her to look at like this couple that's about to get engaged and to be like, oh yay, but actually don't do it because this fucking sucks.
And Ariana is nothing but a good friend, saying that Scheana's never a burden. This is what Ariana's here for. Scheana doesn't want to be alone, so Ariana offers to move in with her for a few days if she needs it. And
I think Ariana sees that despite putting boundaries between her and Scheana a little bit because of Kristen, Ariana's such a good friend that I think she realizes even that she needs to be there for her friend, even if it's going to hurt her a little bit.
Oh, Tom and Ariana are just good people.
I know. You can tell Ariana is sad that she doesn't know everything that's going on because they haven't spent that much time together.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So now we're at Sir. James asked Lisa about the 6 swans. It was just so funny. He's like, hey, I heard your swan is sick.
I'm like, what the fuck? How do you know this, James?
He's friends with Max. He talked to Max.
Oh, you're right.
But it's just like, can you imagine walking past and hearing like, I heard a swan is sick. And Lisa's like, yeah, Hankey's really struggling. And I'd be like,
how's your swan doing?
It made me laugh. And then Lisa asked James how he's doing because it's the polite thing after someone asks the status of your swan. And he shares with her
the code. When somebody asks about your swan, you ask about how their relationship is.
Yes. And so him and Kristen are going through a rough patch. And Lisa's like, yeah. And in her interview, she's like, James needs to get rid of Kristen like a fucking wart. Ice that shit off. Get rid of it. But she doesn't say anything because it always, James knows at this point that that's how Lisa feels. Yeah. Everyone on earth knows that's how Lisa feels. So now we're ring shopping with Kyle. I think this is
Kyle Chan.
This is the same dude from Scheana's ring, right?
I think so. He's like Lisa's friend. He shows up a lot in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Kyle. Yeah. So Schwartz is ready. He's brought Tom Sandoval, Scheana. Scheana's got the memo of exactly what Katie wants in a ring.
Such a good friend. I'm so happy these two are close.
So smart. And Schwartz is like, pumped didn't work out as a job, but the best thing about it is Kyle Chen, because we met and now I got a ring for maybe a discount. No, sir. So Schwartz cannot get over how much this ring is going to cost, right? He wants to spend around $4,000 to $5,000, and literally everyone laughs. Everyone's like,
which, okay, in last season, this came up again about like Schwartz wants to be financially ready to get married. So like this has been a reoccurring theme. So he talks about his student loans and how he still has student loans.
I get it.
But I'm like, dude, it's okay. Student loans are what they call good debt. Like you're further, well, I guess maybe not
further
for him.
Yourself, but
I guess he didn't. But
he never graduated, I don't think.
You're gonna have those for a bit. Just like relax, get Katie what she deserves.
But quickly, how much do you expect for a ring?
They say
3 weeks salary.
Society says no, 3 months.
Oh, you're right, 3 months. 3 months salary.
So if I think about my salary now,
hang on,
the 10K is like
I'm gonna do a quick.
It's mine would
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I'd rather be like, nah, I don't know. Right?
But don't get the 3 months.
That's a lot. Can you just
I know,
give
but
me
okay,
the
but
money?
5,000 is very low ball compared to what a lot of people do.
I guess.
Wow. I would think around 10K.
Holy shit. My friend is engaged and she's walking around with 10K on her fucking finger.
Well, it depends how big it is. It depends how big it is.
Holy shit. Listen, future husband, do not give me 3 months. Give me like 2 months salary.
Because the thing is, like, my high school gold ring costs like $700. So that just band is going to be expensive. And the diamond is going to be insanely expensive if you want a certain size. And then some people do like diamonds around the band.
I'm clearly not in a real relationship because I've never thought about how much this should cost.
I have Googled it. I've been very curious because I'm such a bitch. Whenever people have little diamonds on their hand, I can't but stop myself from judging.
Oh my
God. I know all the horrible things I think and say to my really close friends. So I know what I want.
You need a big ring. I don't think I ever do that. Mine's more of like the shape where I'm like, oh, I don't like that shape or I don't like the color or whatever.
You know how some people's look on their hand. You don't want a little dinky
I'm
little.
fucking horrified. Okay. Schwartz, I'm on your team.
And he probably is getting a discount on this. Like the ring they pick out is insane. There's no way that's 10K or 7K.
Like 8K. Yeah. Way cheaper.
He's getting a discount for sure.
Well, they're like 7K and Schwartz is like about to have a heart attack. But then Scheana's like, I've seen you in a Modelo commercial, which I fucking looked for this and it is nowhere.
Huh.
He's not. There's no way. He's a white man. Modelo is all Hispanics.
That's a good point.
I watched at least 3 commercials, but I went through a Reddit, like a Reddit thread to try and look to see if anyone posted it because other people are asking about this. And I didn't find it, but I did find Scheana in a sexy Dorito commercial. So it's very weird.
No, I guess it wouldn't be just a still. Maybe it's something on social media where it's just like a picture.
I don't know. It's a good point that Modelo is like a Mexican beer. So
yes,
why would a white dude be in? I don't know.
Especially where he's not like an athlete. He's just a white model.
I could not find this Modelo commercial. I looked really hard.
Interesting. Anyway. Well, either way, it sounds like he has a commercial and he's getting residuals from it, which means every time it plays, he gets more money.
Well, it's not playing anymore because I can't find it. So
getting $0 from that commercial nowadays.
But what Tom asks about his own ring, and this is where Scheana tells them oh, her and Shay did that together, but now it's been a year. So
I love how he's like, so does she buy me my ring?
That's a good idea though. I kind of like it.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to buy her another one, so it just cancels each other out at that point.
Someone I know was he was sad he didn't get a ring. Maybe it was an engagement ring show. Yeah. So they bought him one. Maybe it was a TV show because that doesn't sound like anyone I know.
I don't know. But I think about that all the time about how guys don't have rings, engagement rings.
Do they want a ring?
I don't know.
Dustin, Chris, did you guys get engagement rings?
Chris does not have an engagement ring. I can confirm that.
My dad doesn't even wear a wedding ring. He hates rings that much. But yeah, so Scheana goes into you're gonna have to buy her a band, and my 1 year is coming up, so I have to add diamonds and blah, blah, blah. 1 year
and you're expecting this shit, Scheana?
Sandoval almost had a fucking heart attack. He's like, how long has it been since you've talked to Shay? And Scheana goes, 4 days.
You already want another band after 1 year. You already have 2 bands basically within 2 years of being in this relationship. And you're not even fucking talking to this guy.
Man, your fiance is missing or your husband's missing. You're not getting a second band.
Yeah.
And he's like, Sandoval's like, we probably shouldn't be talking about adding diamonds, but all right.
Yeah, let's get Shay in a good space and then we can talk about fucking a third ring.
Yeah, Sheena's like, he's just drinking a lot and it's affecting his mood, but it's we're not going to talk about it. And Sandoval's like, okay, I need to contact Shay.
Yes, I agree. I think Sandoval, like, this is where Sandoval, I think, mindset starts to switch, because later in the episode, he talks about what if Scheana is driving him to drink. This is the moment that I think he's like, fuck you.
He's like, I'm concerned Scheana's being too overbearing, and that's why Shay left.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's like, we're perfect. And maybe Shay was like, hey, we need to talk about our issues. She's like, well, what issues?
Blame does not need to be put on one person, but I think Sheena's side is starting to show a little bit more about like her involvement. There's
obviously, two people that were wrong in this relationship or this marriage. So now we're at Sir. Scheana, this is where Scheana asks Sandoval and Jax to make a pump drink, and Jax doesn't know. Anyway, so Sandoval asked Scheana about Shay, and Sheena's like, I don't really want to get into it. And so
this is not the time. This does annoy me. He asks while she's fucking getting drinks for her table.
So then the boys talk about it, and they're like, oh, Sheena's so sad, which like fucking duh, thank you. But then this is where Sandoval's like, she wants everything to be fine when it's not.
Yeah.
Or maybe Jax says that.
She has a hard time not like she always puts on a front to say everything is perfect. And I think a lot of people just want her to be real with them because they do know the truth.
Yeah. And Sandoval's gonna reach out to Shay. Like he's a good guy. That's his friend. Oh my God. He's so cute. Okay. So now Lala is hosting and James is going to DJ. So James goes up and says, hey to Lala, and they talk a little bit. James has heard the drama with the girls, and Lala is like, I think they think I'm going to like fuck their boyfriends or something, like as a joke. And James is like, do you like fucking people's boyfriends? Which I'm like,
oh, James.
Which she says, if they don't tell me they have a girlfriend, it's not my fault.
Which is true, but this is just, James is like getting some ideas. The wheels are turning.
James is so into Lala. His eyes are like hard eyes. And 100%. Lala basically is like, hey, James, you got my back if like we brawl? And he's like, oh yeah, definitely. And I don't know how it came up about like beating around the bush, but James says he doesn't like bushes, to which I was like, gross. And then even Lala was like, oh, okay.
He said he'll always be honest with her. He doesn't really beat around or.
And then she's like, yeah, same. I don't beat around the bush. Yes, that was it. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I don't like.
He's like, I'm English. I always tell the truth.
That was it. And she's like, great. Don't beat around the bush. Whatever. Fucking James is trying to be all
He's
gross.
Like trying to flirt with her, but it's not really working. And Lala even says she's not really into like the scrawny type of guy, but that English accent works for everyone.
I get it, dude. I'm not into James either, but
I'm into James.
The fact that, listen, if anyone with an American accent said, me and Jenna were boning, I'd be like disgusting. But when James said it, it was like kind of endearing and weirdly attractive. Disgusting. I love it. So Scheana now talks to Lisa. We get a quick Peter sighting. And so back to the conversation. Scheana tells Lisa about the Shay stuff, right? And this is the first person, Lisa's the first person that's like, but what are the problems? What's actually fucking happening?
Yeah, what is actually happening? Don't just say you haven't talked to him or like, tell me everything that's been happening.
So quickly, I am going to laugh in the middle of this because there was a part I just like pictured so funny, but hang on. So around Christmas, 3 months into their marriage.
Insane. I did not, okay, hold on. Last season, because they film every summer. Last season, it was at the end of the summer, I'm going to say, or at the end of their filming.
September-ish.
I don't know when they got married, but it was towards the end of their filming that they got married. So right now in this moment, we're probably, I would say like at least 9 months into their first year of marriage. Because she said it's coming up on a year. So maybe like 10 months in.
This has been happening for like 6 months.
Insane. And the fact that it was only 3 months in that like problem started.
It's crazy. So the drinking increased and he started mixing pills with alcohol. And this is where I laugh because this is like pills. And Sheena's like, yeah, he like had some knee pain. So he popped a Vicodin. And I was just like, can you imagine like talking to someone and then being like, oh man, like my elbow kind of hurts. Let me just pop a Vicodin. I'd be like, sir.
Yeah, but people don't say it, especially when it's a problem. Like he would just like walk away and take it. Because I've been on Vicodin before.
I get it. Just the way she said it fucking murdered me.
Yeah.
I had to pause because she's like, knee pain, he popped a Vicodin. And I was like, oh,
which
someone told me
is
they
insane
were
because you only get that stuff prescribed when you've had like major surgery.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Lisa thought he was highly unmotivated, but not high, which I also thought.
I agree.
Shay. So Scheana feels like she's been, really quick. He was popping 5 Vicodin a day. That man, holy shit, 1 Vicodin had me on my ass. When I was gonna say,
don't they last like 6 hours?
Yeah, 4 to 6. So background story, which I was not abusing pills, everyone. So my friend, one of my friends literally like hates when I tell the story because she's always like, it sounds like you were abusing pills. I wasn't. I got my wisdom teeth out one day.
Yeah.
And they give you pills for like a week after that, which I was taking. So my friends were throwing a party and I wanted to go. I did not drink at this party. I want that to be so fucking clear. But did I take a Vicodin beforehand? Because that was prescribed to me. And like, I didn't really think like I shouldn't go to a party on Vicodin. Yeah. So I just like, my mom I didn't drive or anything. My mom dropped me off and was like, this is a bit, I didn't tell her it was a party. I told her I was hanging out, but was I on Vicodin and like high as fuck? Yes. Did my stitches come out at this party and it freaked me out? Fuck yeah. Did I drink? No, but listen, 1 Vicodin knocked me on my ass and it was prescribed for people. Thought
I've always been so scared whenever I've gotten it prescribed that I try to make sure I don't take it unless like I only take the first few days because I'm so scared I feel like it's so easy to get addicted to stuff.
Yeah. This is like, it was probably 3 days into my wisdom teeth and it was the last day.
I had that same dilemma when I had knee surgery, except I chose not to take the pain meds because I wanted to drink. But the dumbass move of mine was because I was on crutches.
No. See, I just did the opposite, but my friends always like, you were abusing pills. And I'm like, no, it was day 3 and I was bored and I probably shouldn't have gone out.
But either way, 5 is a lot. We can agree.
5 a fucking day should die. You should die from that.
Without having had major surgery too.
No,
like he just has quote unquote knee pain.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
I've had knee pain. You don't need Vicodin for knee pain.
You need 5. But so Scheana feels like she's been cheated on, which is true. He has a whole other life. His ass is Hannah Montana, living best of both worlds, and she has no fucking idea.
Wait, when do you think this started really quick?
The pills?
Yeah. Like, do you think it was happening last season? I was thinking this the whole time Lisa and Scheana were having that conversation.
Maybe he was doing party drugs, if that made like he go out.
He wasn't doing 5 a day.
No, but like then somehow it got into like, okay, he would go out and like pop a Vicodin instead of drinking, or like I think it gradually, and then like maybe Scheana became unbearable, and instead of like acting and like he's unhappy, so he
takes a Vicodin, and then it becomes 5 a day.
He starts drinking on the Vicodins, and then he like it spiraled. I think last season it was very much like he was in that point where he was just kind of popping the Vicodin to get through the day.
Yeah,
but I don't think he was drinking while popping the Vicodin, because that I feel like would have been more obvious. I think he was doing it at Scheana's birthday this past year, like earlier 100%. In the season?
Do you remember that crowd shot we got of him?
Yeah, 1,000%. Last season, I think
he was more engaged last season and like talked to people. Like we didn't get any shots of him talking with anyone at Scheana's birthday party this year. Yeah, last season he always kind of had Scheana's back. She would vent to him and he could like hold his own. He was just unmotivated. Maybe he was just smoking a lot of weed last season. Yeah.
I think the drinking started first and then the pills came. Maybe. I don't know.
I agree with that.
I also didn't think I thought he was just always high on weed or whatever. But Lisa's like, you need to take this seriously. You can't rainbow butterfly this shit. Like, this is serious. And then this is when Scheana's like, was I so self-centered that I didn't notice what was going on in my own home? To which I was like, no, because like drug addicts are able to hide it. But also, how do you know this man's popping 5 Vicodin a day and you don't call the police?
I need more information from Scheana, because like when she finally tells the truth about what's going on, we don't actually get a real story about it. Like, how did she find out, or how long has this been happening?
Was he just like, I'm popping a pill? And she was like, okay. I would have been like, what pill are you taking?
I wonder if she like walked in on him taking a pill, and he was like, oh, I just have knee pain. And then she kind of slowly then perked up a little bit and started noticing more.
But like, I would immediately like call I know it's bad, but I would call his parents and be like, yo, I need backup.
Yeah, but if you see him just take one, you don't think it's a problem yet.
I guess. Do you think, again, I've never been in this situation clearly, but do you think you noticed behavior changes? Because she said it slowly, like the drinking increased and like he started popping 5 a day. I think
she noticed behaviors, but like you wonder, when is it actually really a problem that I need to step in?
I guess.
Because if you step in too soon, then like that's a huge fight. Like
my ass.
Everybody goes through ebbs and flows of like drinking more. Well, not everybody, but like I've gone through that where I've like drank heavily. And so I've been able to get myself out of that and stop. But it's not to a point where I need to go to like rehab. So if somebody said something to me, I'd be like, are you kidding me? I've had a terrible month.
My ass is a tattletale. I would have talked to his friends. I would have talked to, if I thought it was a real problem, I would have talked to his parents.
Yeah, but listen, like when is it like really a problem that you would do that? When do you think
my friend drank a lot? His like, he was the one that moved to New York. He started drinking a lot when he first moved here, and he was like not himself, and like things happened. I told all of our mutual friends, I was like, I do not think he's well. Everyone needs to call him. But like, we couldn't really do much because he was in New York and we were all at college, and things were fine. We got through it. But then I visited him out of college one time, and this man was a goddamn mess. Both nights, and I get it. Really? You black out once in a while. It was fine. But like, I couldn't drink to the point that like, because I was worried he was going to he was going to drink himself to death at this. Like, I lost him. I had no idea where he went. He bitched me one time. His phone said it was in the middle of a river. Like, this man was a mess. So guess what I fucking did? I sat him down and I was like, you need to figure your shit out.
That's awesome.
So fucking unhealthy. And I was like, you're going to call me. And I was like, and if you don't figure your shit out, I'm going to tell your mom.
But here's the thing, Alicia, you're such a good friend, but most people I don't think would notice stuff like
I know.
that.
I'm not afraid of losing my friends, because if I really
no, but you notice people.
That's true.
That's where I think Scheana's saying like, she's just so focused on herself, and she probably was for a part of it. And it's fine. We all get to live in our own worlds, but as like, she should notice her husband's activity and be able to step in and have that conversation before it got to this point, maybe.
I would have been like, are you fine?
Wait, that's not tattletaling though. You made it seem like you're like calling the police.
No. Like if I noticed differences, I probably to him first would have been like, this is unhealthy. Why are you popping Vicodin or whatever for knee pain, sir? What's happening?
Like, I'm concerned.
If he continued to hide it, I would have went to Tom Sandoval. I would have went to his other friend. Well, his other friends sound like they're kind of
done an intervention.
So yeah, I would have went to Tom Sandoval and Ariana. I would have contacted his parents. I would have been like, this is what's happening. What do you want me to do?
Find a therapist, because I'm sure there's some
what are we doing?
things.
We would have had a full intervention. We would have been on the show.
I can't wait.
But then, Scheana's like, to me, anyone who describes their relationship as perfect with no problems, your relationship's phony, it's fake, and something's happening behind the scenes.
Alicia and I even have problems.
We're not in relationships.
That's not true. We're in no, I'm saying it with each other. Like every relationship has problems.
What problems? I'm just kidding.
I just don't tell you.
Like, we have our own problems.
No, but like everybody gets annoyed with each other. Like it's not perfect.
Yeah. No, it's so funny. Even we have problems. What problems?
And our post show will be all the problems.
I'm crying. That's so funny. We're about to have an intervention on our post show.
No, I'm kidding. No, like when we work together, you can't tell me you never got annoyed with me. I know how annoying I am
all the time. But I'm also so annoying. We're also aware we're annoying though.
Yes. And we don't live with each other.
We also would call each other. Like, I'd be like, hey, Meredith, remember when you were crying drunk and you were like, I'm the worst. And Alicia, remember when you fucking, like, I don't know. I'm sure I would.
Remember when I was perfect all the time is what Alicia would say. Oh,
Alicia, remember when you got mad because Mara and I hung out? Yeah. I don't know what happened. Probably I was kind of jealous you guys always stand next to each other. It was rude.
Oh my goodness. All right. That's the end of the episode though.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Scheana
So
crying with Lisa.
Next time.
Well, actually, Lisa being like, pull it together, you're at work.
We can cry after. You're still on the clock, right?
Yes.
Goodbye.
She has one more table to close out. Pull it together.
So next time, James goes out with the boys, like Sandoval and Jax. Ooh. And he also goes to therapy with Kristen.
I can't wait because I think this is the same therapist that Katie and Tom went to.
Oh, amazing.
I think so.
We get James and Lala. I don't know what's happening there. Scheana and Shay are still having issues, and Shay comes home, and Ariana, Sandoval, and Schwartz are there, and we have an intervention, but I don't know if it's for Scheana or Shay.
I was about to say, I kind of feel like, based on the clip we got, it seems like Scheana like kind of goes in on Shay, and they're like, listen, Scheana.
This is my problem. I need to like re-binge watch these because now I'm like so pumped. But then when you're like, we need to watch this episode to record, I'm going to be like, I don't want to watch this episode. Like now I need to watch it.
Yes.
But I don't want to wait.
I'm going
to wait to take notes.
I'm going to like probably watch it right after this because I can't wait for this intervention.
I loved it. I love it. I can't wait.
I've never been so hyped about Vanderpump. I'm going to be very honest.
This was the episode we needed.
Yes. Season 4 is killer.
Oh, well, okay. Well, we have to do accepted and blocked.
I have them per usual.
Okay. Do one you want first.
I'm going to do accepted because I'm really excited. I'm accepting Schwartz. He is getting that ring. He's got those modeling jobs, maybe getting some residuals from potentially a Modelo commercial.
You don't know.
He's not being the best friend to Shay, but it's not like they were that close. Like, let's be honest, but he's on board to figuring out how to help Shay, which I really appreciate.
I love that. Good for Schwartz. I'm actually going to accept Katie.
Ooh.
She doesn't even know it, but her man is planning her engagement.
You're following her, ready for the engagement.
I'm ready. She's getting ready for the engagement and she doesn't even know it. She did get a little like not yelled at, but like reprimanded by Lisa, but Scheana got a majority of that because Scheana made it all about her. So Katie's kind of sliding by perfectly. True. She's being a good friend to Scheana and supporting her, but for the most part, she's just living her freaking life. She's gonna get impregnated by Richardson if it doesn't work out with Schwartz.
Yeah, she has that backup option.
Yeah, backups, and he's hot, so good for her.
She's doing pretty stellar. She has zero problems that we know of, at least. Minus the fact that she's waiting on a ring, but we know it's coming.
All right, so who are we blocking? Dun, dun, dun. I know who I'm blocking.
I have 2 people, so I want you to go first.
I'm sad about the person I'm blocking. I'm gonna block Shay, even though we haven't seen him.
That is not my 2 people. Wow.
Sir is missing. He's popping 5 Vicodin a day, and that's just not fucking healthy.
And drinking heavily.
And I just think, listen, I get it. You need a day to yourself and you don't want to answer your wife's text messages, but 4 days, my friend.
That's the problem. And because he's like heavily medicated and drinking, like what if something happened?
Yeah, 4 days, my dude. And you need better fucking friends who aren't going to let you just do that shit.
And
okay? Go be friends with
I'm kind of
fucking
shocked that
Sandy.
Scheana isn't in contact with his parents. Maybe she is. She just doesn't mention on here, but I feel like I would just drive to his parents' house.
My dude, get it to fucking gather. I'm over
this is hard because I think a lot of people suffer with this whenever you are a loved one of somebody who's in addiction, is like, how do you help them?
Yeah.
It really makes me sad for Scheana because she can be very self-centered, but it's not like she wants to enable this. She just doesn't know what to do at this point. She like wants everything to look perfect. And that's one of the things that she struggles with. So it's like, how do you ask other people for help? And how do you help your husband? It's hard. But I think Shay needs to kind of meet her halfway here. I agree.
My dude's been popping 5 Vicodin a day. I understand no one's helped him, but you can't surround yourself with enablers, dude.
100%.
You got to call.
Well, I am blocking James. He continues to lie about this sleeping with Jenna while bragging about it in his interviews.
They totally boned.
I love it for like the drama, but the problem is there isn't even good drama coming out of this dumb shit. Like there better be something. I need like a fight to come next episode. And he's basically he's a mini Jax, let's be honest, because the same way Jax was kind of flirting with Lala about sleeping with her or like being with her, James is doing the same thing, and they both have girlfriends. Even if Jax doesn't admit his, they both have girlfriends.
I love James so much that even when he does wrong, I don't know if I'm going to be able to block him because I'm so addicted to the train wreck.
I think this is one car crash I can look away from because it's just not enough for me. Like the drama isn't enough for me for the annoyance of it.
I love it. Okay. Let's do our after show. Thank you so much for listening. Remember to do all those fun things I told you about at the beginning of the podcast. And I messaged you, Diane.
Oh my God, you're getting worse with this. But thank God you messaged her because we appreciate you and we're so sorry we have not said your name right.
Luckily, this will come out in 2022. So hopefully by 2021, I figure it out.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.